This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Along with the expulsion from Nova Scotia and the Civil War, the last 60 years of the 20th century represented one of the most crucial periods in Cajun history. During this time, the ethnic group, like other American minorities, experienced a fundamental change in character, one that actually redefined the meaning of Cajun. The term ceased to describe a mainly French-speaking, non-materialistic, impoverished people on the fringe of American society and instead referred to a largely English-speaking, consumer-oriented middle-class community whose members closely resemble mainstream Americans. Although Americanization was compulsory during wartime, and on school grounds most Cajuns voluntarily embraced Anglo-American values and customs. Similar trends have been examined among blacks, Hispanics, American Indians, and other ethnic groups, all of which have moved towards the mainstream in recent decades. Like these minorities, the Cajuns have entered the 21st century, transformed yet retaining their core identity. They have not been swallowed up, for example, by the coming of the information age. On the contrary, in typical fashion, they have adapted themselves to the digital revolution, creating CD-ROMs as well as Internet websites and discussion groups dedicated to preserving their history and culture. Entering the term Cajun on one popular Internet search engine resulted in about 588,000 hits, positive responses reflecting a growing Cajun presence on the Internet. The creation of this virtual Cajun community prompted one historian to coin the term Cyber Cajun to describe the inhabitants of this Cyber Acadiana. They threw us out of Nova Scotia, one Cyber Cajun proclaimed on his website, and I'll be damned if they throw us off the Internet. Cajuns have further demonstrated their ability to adapt to the modern world by pursuing high-tech careers. A few Cajuns, for example, became veritable rocket scientists. Among them, J.G. Thibodeau, born in a lumber camp in the Atchafalaya Swamp, he helped to develop the Nike Cajun rocket in the 1950s, whose second stage, a sounding missile used for testing the upper atmosphere, was named in honor of his ancestry. He went on to serve as chief of the Propulsion and Power Division at Johnson Space Center, assisting NASA with the Apollo moon missions and later with the Space Shuttle. While Cajuns such as Thibodeau helped to explore outer space, others explored inner space, including John P. Duché, a molecular geneticist at Nicholls State University. Using new technologies, Duché and other scientists studied genetic diseases that affected Cajuns more prevalently than the general population. These ailments included Friedreich's ataxia, Tay-Sachs disease, and Usher syndrome. Interest in this new scientific field led to the founding of the Center for Acadiana Genetics and Hereditary Healthcare at the Louisiana State Health Sciences Center in New Orleans, as well as to DNA research at Tulane University that uncovered a common Cajun genotype, further evidence that Cajuns are indeed a bona fide ethnic group, as proclaimed by the 1980 lawsuit Roche v. Dresser. Cajuns now occupy positions in practically every field of human endeavor. Some have even achieved fame outside Louisiana, including chef Paul Prudhomme, painter George Rodrigue, musicians Zachary Richard and Sammy Kershaw, U.S. Senator John Brew, human rights activist Sister Helen Prejean, baseball pitcher Ron Guidry, football quarterback Bobby Hebert, and model actress Ali Landry. While these Cajuns have become known around the world, ordinary Cajuns have joined the international movement towards globalism. This trend is shown not only in the appeal of Cajun food and music outside the United States, but also in the efforts of Cajun entrepreneurs to seek out global markets and economic partnerships. Ideas originally put forward in the early 1970s by the International Relations Association of Acadiana have finally been realized by the Centre International de Lafayette.